Welcome back to another Friday Night Frenzy, but this time on a Tuesday. That's because boys basketball sectional started up around the state, and this is crunch time because if teams don't win tonight, well, they're done. Let's check out who all is moving on to round 2. Starting off in sectional number 38, Central Catholic. Knights taking on Seeger in the quarterfinals, but in all honesty, it wasn't much of a game because at the start of the fourth, Knights were up by 26 points. However, regardless of that gap, we still got to see a show, and it was so nice seeing a team that was up by such an amount, trying new things and pushing their limits. Look at this behind-the-back bounce-back pass into a spin move for 2 for senior Alex Hardebeck. But the bucket was a thing of beauty, which was quickly followed up by a 3 coming from Gavin Boutel. But the man of the match tonight was none other than Albert Schwartz, a name you guys have heard all season. He would score 39% of his team's points, and CC would survive in advance, winning 71-34. They'll next take on Clinton Prairie in the semis on Friday. Next up on the dock, we got a battle between Delphi and Carroll. Both sides not ready to end their seasons just yet, and things stayed neck and neck pretty much through the third quarter. Delphi forced the Cougars to make mistakes, which led to the Oracles capitalizing on almost every play, which we can see right here with this Braden Gleason bucket and 1. But the Oracles had some trouble stopping one player who would be a thorn in their side all night. Chris Huerta went on an absolute tear in round 1 of sectionals. I mean, the first quarter alone, the guy had 73% of his team's points. Carroll would be down by 1 heading into halftime. Then the Cougars would flip the script and end up taking tonight's match 68-56. They next take on Covington on Friday. Now over to the Jeff sectional. The Kokomo Wildcats battled it out against the Harrison Raiders. Things started off slow for the Raiders as the Wildcats jumped out 18-0 over Harrison, with the McDonald's All-American Flory Badunga leading the charge for the Wildcats, and he was quite a force to be reckoned with down low as he slams it in. It was the second half where the Raiders put it all together and started chopping down that lead as Malachi King drains a 3, causing Kokomo to regroup over a timeout. But the Raiders were not done yet as Ray Gibson finds King in the air for the tip-in, cutting the lead to 6. Though fighting hard for the comeback, the Wildcats never gave up that lead, and they continued to hit shots late into the game, ending Harrison's season after winning 69-50. Now, right after that game, McCutcheon took to the floor to face the Marion Giants. The game began almost everything falling in favor for the Giants as Jace Freshwater connects from behind the arc, followed by Jamin Townsend's mid-range J. But the Mavericks, you can't count them out yet because they find Brody Rake taking it off the bounce and scoring in traffic. Now, while the Giants stayed on the course from hitting it deep, the Mavs go behind Rake and he finishes once again through traffic. I mean, just check that out. Absolutely stellar for the kid tonight. Rake finds Owen Saline by himself for 3, and McCutcheon fought hard tonight, but the Giants came away with the first round win, winning 64-58. And guys, I am still not done here, so please stick with me while we check out some other scores. In Class 1A in the Fountain Central sectional, Faith Christian dominated Clinton Central by 40 points and will now take on North Vermilion on Friday. Rossville also took a page out of the Eagles' books and won by 30 against Attica. Now the Hornets will face off against Fountain Central on Friday as well. Moving on to sectional number 52, Caston. Tri-County will be moving on after defeating South Newton 70-39. Quite the blowout in that game. But the Cavaliers will take on Frontier on Friday, and also playing on Friday we have West Central. Vikings ended its season tonight, losing 55-24 to the Trojans. And last but not least, we have Class 3A Sectional 22 Frankfort. All-out battle over in Case Arena, and the score proves just that, with the Indians winning the game by 2 in order to move on to the semis. They'll now face off against North Montgomery on